Since I'm in a position to talk to these kids and they listen, I ain't no politician, but I'll kick it with them a minute. Cause see, they call me a menace. And if the shoe fits, I wear it. But if it don't, then y'all will swallow the truth, grin and bear it. Now who's the king of these rude, ludicrous, lucrative lyrics? Who could inherit the title? Put the youth in hysterics, using his music to steer it, sharing his views and his merits. But there's a huge interference. They're saying you shouldn't hear it. Maybe it's hatred I spew. Maybe it's food for the spirit. Maybe it's beautiful music I made for you to just cherish. But I'm debated, disputed, hated, and viewed in America as I'm drug addict like you didn't experiment. Nah. That's when you start to stare at who's in the mirror and see yourself as a kid again. And you get embarrassed. And I got nothing to do but make you look stupid as parent. You do good, it's too bad you couldn't do good at marriage. And do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? I don't think you do. So stay tuned and keep your ears glued to the stereo. Cause here we go. I'm the sinister Mr. Kiss My. It's just a renegade. Never been afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day. Cause I'm a renegade. Never been afraid to talk about anything. Yo. Yeah, man. The year was 2001. The album was called The Blueprint. The song was called Renegade. Jay-Z featuring Eminem. Yeah. This is another one of those that, the big dog on the track got caught sleeping, man. Yeah, Eminem crept through the back door, man, and Eminem crept through the back door and just demolished everything. Yep. It is what it is. I didn't write it. I'm just sharing the views of myself and many others. Eminem absolutely demolished his verses on this song. And dare I say, yeah, Jay, he took you out on that one, man. And during the time, this song came out just before the whole beef with Nas, and Nas spoke about it on Ether. Nas mentioned it. Nas mentioned how Eminem basically slapped on this track, and he didn't use those many words. Nas had some choice words for the Jigga Man on this track. But yeah, man. Shout out to Eminem, man. Shout out to Slim Shady. This was when M was still in that phase where he had something to prove. And he shined on it, man. So anyway, let's get into the rating scale on this one. We're going to rate it based on creativity, delivery, flow, originality, punchlines, and storytelling. Creativity, I give Eminem's verse a solid, I got to give him a solid 10, man. Delivery, solid 10. Flow, I'd give him a 20 if I could, but flow, I'm gonna give him another solid 10. Originality, he gets a solid 10. Punchlines, this particular verse wasn't really a lot of punchlines going on, so I'm gonna give him a 6. I'm gonna give him a 6 on the punchlines. He didn't need the punchlines, you know what I'm saying? Because everything else was just so outstanding. And storytelling, I got to give him a 9. Because the storytelling, it wasn't a story per se in particular, but he was kind of telling a story. he was telling a story about how he was being viewed as an artist. So it wasn't one of those stories that was like real captivating where it just jumped out and grabbed you. It was more it was a bit more abstract. The storytelling capabilities of this particular verse, or the storytelling um, of this particular verse. So yeah, that's what I give him for storytelling, man. Even though me personally, I followed and understood what he was saying. And I think at the time, M was going through some things in his life, and I think he was adjusting to the fame and things of that nature. And so I do remember back then where he had a situation where he had to go to court. And I don't remember exactly what had happened, but from what I'm gathering, it has to do with people approaching him while he's out in public and things of that nature. So I think during that time he was just adjusting to the fame, and it seems like he's a real private person, and so he just had an issue adjusting to his rising stardom. And so, and of course, everybody had something to say about him in the media. And so, in this verse, he kind of touched on those things. But yeah, man, Renegade, 2001, and I don't know if any of y'all who remember, who were alive back then or who were of age back then. Um, whenever Jay-Z dropped something, it was like the world stopped. You know what I'm saying? Him and Nas. It was like the world just stopped and listened. And here comes along Eminem, and just caught that wave on that song and just made everybody's jaw drop like, whoa. And we had already been hearing Eminem, some of the stuff he had already been doing with Dre. But everybody thought he was dope. Everybody knew he was dope. But that right there really was like, hold up, wait a minute. This dude is next level, man. So shout out to Eminem, shout out to Jay-Z. Look, man, we all know Jay-Z is a grade A lyricist, always has been. I'm sure he always will be for as long as he continues to do it. But I mean, even AI had to come through and put the moves on Michael Jordan one time. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, Eminem definitely came through, and he definitely shined on that track, man. Um, Salute to both of the kings. Salute to Eminem. Salute to Jay-Z. Renegade! We out, y'all. Peace.